Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing your mind has been quietly stealing your victories. Every hesitation, every doubt, every silent, "I can't," you've repeated has been scripting the story of your life without your awareness. Most people live this way, unconscious of the chains they've built inside their own thinking. Right now, you have a choice. You can see clearly. You can take control. You can train your mind to think like a winner, not someday, not maybe today. Because the power to rewrite your life has always lived within you. And it begins in this very moment. Close your eyes and imagine a mirror. Not one that reflects your face, but one that reflects your mind. Most people glance at it briefly, catching fragments, doubts, fears, the quiet voice saying, "Not enough." But the real truth lies deeper. Every belief left unexamined, every habit repeated on autopilot, every story you tell yourself about who you are, these form invisible walls. Walls that stop dreams before they ever take flight. What most people never notice is how quietly these walls were built. Through repetition, through old fears, through listening to voices that said, "This is impossible," or "You're not ready." And the strangest part is this: you believe you're free. You think life is happening to you, but it isn't. Life is responding to the mind you consistently feed. So pause and ask yourself, what beliefs have been controlling me without my consent? Which patterns keep repeating and quietly sabotaging my progress? And where, without realizing it, am I settling for less than I'm capable of? These questions aren't meant to create guilt. They are keys. Keys to awareness, to freedom, to unlocking the full capacity of your mind. Here's a truth few people understand. The mind is like a garden. Every thought is a seed. Every belief is the soil that either nourishes it or starves it. Plant fear, doubt, and excuses, and limitation grows. But choose consciously, examine what you allow to take root. You cultivate clarity, focus, and unshakable confidence. And awareness itself is already a victory. The moment you see the invisible walls, notice the habits pulling you backward. Realize the chains aren't outside you but within. You step into transformation because once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you notice, you cannot remain powerless. The question is no longer, can you change your mind? But are you ready to take command of it? Now that you've looked into the mirror of your mind, it's time to break the old rules. The rules that have been quietly directing your life. Most people believe success is random, a product of luck, timing, or circumstance. But the truth is deeper. Success is predictable. It follows principles, patterns, rules that few ever take the time to master. Think of your mind as a blueprint for your life. For years, that blueprint was drawn by fear, habit, borrow limitations, and like any old structure, it has cracks and weak points. If you keep living by the same blueprint, you keep rebuilding the same limits. But imagine taking the pen, rewriting the lines, and designing a mind engineered for victory. That is what this moment offers you. Here is the first rule of the winner's mind, the rules you live by determine the results you see. Every thought, reaction, and decision follows an internal rule. Change the rules, and you change the game. When failure comes, you can see it as proof that you're not enough, or as feedback, a lesson, a signal, a step forward. The event is neutral. Your rule gives it meaning. Winners assign meaning that empowers them. Ask yourself, which rules am I following without question? Which beliefs have I accepted as truth without testing them? And which new rules could move my life toward possibility instead of limitation? Adopt these principles. Choose clarity over confusion. Decide what matters and focus relentlessly. Embrace responsibility. Own your thoughts and actions, because a mind that avoids ownership remains enslaved. Reframe setbacks as feedback. Failure isn't punishment, it's information. As these rules take hold, the walls begin to fall. You start seeing options where there were obstacles, choices where there were dead ends. You stop reacting to life and start designing it. Conscious choice becomes your power. Winners don't wait for clarity, they create it. They don't wait for opportunity, they build it. All begins with the blueprint running your mind. Your mind is not passive. It is an instrument. Thought is a command. Every belief is a lever. The question is no longer, can I succeed? It is, which rules will I live by today to secure tomorrow? Insight alone is not enough. Without action, freezes potential. Discipline is what turns insight into power. And discipline is not restriction. It is freedom. The more you command your mind, the less it controls you. See your mind as a kingdom. Thoughts are soldiers. Habits are systems. Without leadership, chaos spreads. But with discipline, alignment forms. Small acts, waking early, reflecting, planning, protecting what enters your mind. These are not small at all. They are training drills for mental mastery. The mind follows patterns. Give it structure, and it obeys. Ignore it, drifts. Winners don't depend on motivation. They rely on systems. Each disciplined habit lays another brick. Over time, the structure becomes unbreakable. As discipline deepens, freedom expands. Freedom from distraction, from reaction, from self-sabotage. Discipline is not a cage. It is the key to your highest potential. Then comes emotional mastery. Emotions are not enemies. They are signals. Energy waiting for direction. Learn to observe without judgment. Pause. Redirect. Channel emotion into clarity and action. Calm becomes strength. Stillness becomes power. Winners are not emotionless. They are anchored, rooted, flexible under pressure, unshaken at the core. Emotional mastery turns chaos into opportunity and pressure into precision. And finally, identity. Results follow identity, not the other way around. Winners don't chase outcomes. They become the person who produces them. Speak as that person. Act as that person. Repetition locks identity in place. Motivation becomes unnecessary. When identity drives behavior, success becomes natural. Challenges become lessons. Setbacks become signals. You stop chasing victory because you embody it. And true mastery goes beyond success. It becomes legacy. Your life becomes a river that nourishes others. Purpose sharpens discipline. Contribution multiplies impact. The mind trained for legacy sees beyond self and into significance. You've seen the walls, rewritten the rules, disciplined the mind, mastered emotion, embodied the winner. Now your life flows outward with clarity, courage, and lasting impact. The power was always yours. And now you are finally ready to use it.